Alright, let's take a look at this. I've been trying to log in every 12 hours to check how things are going. Okay, this is good. Alright, so around 12... No, I don't want to buy that. So around 12 today, we launched our invasion of Iraq. Oh, one thing I haven't mentioned in this game yet, and I know I'm kind of doing all this out of order, but one thing that I haven't mentioned is that it's very important whenever you're launching attacks, there's a hidden diplomatic, like, quota you have. Like, a certain amount of diplomatic level you have. It's really hard to tell what that is. But basically, you don't want to declare war without first, like, yeah, you don't want to declare war without first kind of being, like, you know, like, you don't want to just attack a nation. Surprise attacks lower, like, it creates, like, makes you more aggressive. So here's an example. Let's see what's in the newspaper. Okay, that's not it. The only place it's tracked in the game is here, the world's most dreaded opinions. This means that these are the nations that have the highest attack rating. Basically, they're the ones that the other AI nations are going to be most scared of. If this gets high enough, AI nations will start declaring war on you, like, randomly. And that can be really annoying if you're, like, trying to deal with... Can I turn this down? Of course not. No. You know what? No, yeah, it's just too loud. I can't EQ any of it. Like, forget that. We'll just do this with the somber tones of my voice. Yeah, so you always want to declare war before going in, just to, like, be polite. Okay, now here we are going to... I'm basically going to send this army straight down. And I'm going to send this army into Damascus, and then we're going to hold. We're going to keep everything steady. And we're going to let some of these stabilize a little bit. So far, the war is going very well. Egypt has still not moved. Soviet Union has still not moved. One of the best ways to see it is these fire maps. This is a really, like, quick, dirty way to just see what action is going on the world. There is nothing happening anywhere here. This is all Italy and Britain. So Britain's making moves. Italy is still kind of making moves, but now they're running up against Germany. And so I think they're kind of just hang out. Basically, this is stabilizing really fast. I'm actually kind of shocked by how slow these nations are moving. The only one that's moving fast is the United States. Yeah, he's at 80. Now, it's going to take him a little bit to get higher than that, because his next attack would be... Oh, man. He's moving really fast. Holy crap. Okay. That's interesting. So the United States is on a mission. He's on a mission to wreck this place. So I've got to start preparing for my move out into here, where I'm going to take Greece and Bulgaria. Now, the key figure here is, what do I do about Egypt? Because if Egypt stays an AI nation, is there a world where I just leave it in place? Yeah, okay, X. This means that he's left. So now in diplomacy, you can see people are starting to drop off. France and Italy. Italy's inactive. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, Yugoslavia's inactive. Algeria's inactive. Egypt's inactive. And everyone else is CPU. I think Sweden's about to drop off anytime now. Then what else can we deduce about the current state of affairs? United States at 12%. That... I call BS on that. %'s too high. That means that he's probably using gold, which is weird to do it on a game like this, but that's definitely a concern. Now, I am prioritizing my economy. So my hope is that I'll have an edge economically over him. But I also haven't been logging in as frequently as he probably has been. Okay, so let's take a look at province administration. I want to start building the next level of infrastructure here. This is good for now. Next level of industry here. And next level here. How much for steel? I need 200 steel. I should be able to buy that pretty easily. I will buy all of, not all of that, but I'll buy like 1,700. So since I don't really have anything strategic to think about, I'm quickly becoming concerned about the large scale I'm trying to think about large scale strategy, right? You've got all these inactive nations. It's pretty much, I think, just going to be me and so right now, in a strategic situation in this game, right? I really think you absolutely have to assume the worst case scenario. In all cases. The worst case scenario being... Okay, no, okay, this is good. So the UK is still in it. UK is making really slow moves. Sweden is in it. He just joined, so he's going after Norway. He's doing a very bad job of it, but he's still doing it. How do you not take Oslo? Meanwhile, I'm going to start preparing for war with United States. So, in a theory, if it comes to it, I could make a coalition with Sweden, maybe Germany if Germany is active at all, but I think Germany will be dropping off in a second here. He's made no moves. So this whole area is clear. this area is clear. I can kind of do whatever I want. So there's 3 ways I can go. One of which I'll immediately rule out, and 2 of which are reasonable. And this is in reaction to how quickly the United States is moving. Can I do any more research here? Yeah, I'll do that. Why is infantry so focused? Level 4 infantry? That's actually kind of nuts. Anyway, yeah, so there's 3 ways I can go. I can make a major strategic push in one of 3 different directions, all of which do different things for me. The first one that I will immediately rule out is north. I could attack north, into the Soviet Union. You can see here, there's none of their troops are on any of these places. I could land unopposed, pretty much. Take all of these starting zones and then start pushing up north. The Soviet Union is going to have a lot of troops spread out everywhere. And if before it switches to AI, it's going to not move its armies in response to me. That's option 1. I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to dismiss that out of hand. And the reason I'm going to do that is just the distance. Look at how far everything is. It would take me forever to clear this area, to clear this out. It takes too long. U.S. is moving too fast. I need to be in a position to make sure that the United States cannot get into this category. 45% of the map, 419 points needed to win. Right now, he has 80. Or, sorry, he has 80, yeah. I can't let him get to that point where he's got that amount of territory. And there's a lot of unopposed room he could pick up here. So I've got to be in a position that I can prevent him from doing that. And the way to do that is not by going up into the Soviet Union. Also, by doing that, you're starting to put yourself in a position of challenging Sweden, because Sweden is probably going to go either into these 3 nations here or into Finland. And I have absolutely no reason at all to want to fight Sweden. And so these are the options I'm actually between. I'm actually like trying to figure out. We'll call this option Tinderbox, right? Going up into into like the Yugoslavia area, you know, into these nations. Now these are all AI controlled. I can get a lot of victory points by picking this up. I can get a lot of resources. They're currently fighting it out, so their troops are not going to be that great. I'm almost like convincing myself as I talk about this. I can make a lot of headway in here. It's going to take me probably a day to move my troops, you know, across the Bosporus into Istanbul so I can actually launch the attack. Yeah, it's like 18 hours. But it might be worth it, and then I'll maybe making a huge amount of progress in here very quickly. Option number 2 is continue south. Take Saudi Arabia, start spreading into Egypt, and then basically start driving west. This option, it's going to be a little bit slower gathering victory points and resources because it's a little bit more spread out. It offers me the possibility of using a navy if I'm able to build one that's decent. And it also offers me the possibility of going head-to-head with the United States a lot earlier, because they are probably going to spread down into Morocco a little bit. That's one definite route for them. And even if they don't, it's going to give me a route to the coast way faster than if I try to go through this mess. Yeah, if I want to try to like meet up with them here, I'm going to go through Bulgaria, Romania, Hungary, Yugoslavia, Greece, Austria, Italy, Czechoslovakia, and then probably meet up with them in France if everything goes really, really well, or maybe Italy, depending on how fast they're pushing. That's fast. That's a lot of nations. Whereas here, I take Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Libya, Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco. Boom. And I'm there. And suddenly I have naval ports that can actually threaten, you know, Cuba, the southeastern United States, and of course the Pierre de Resistance, Washington, D.C. Hi. Hi, galaxies. So, those are kind of the two strategic options that I have laid out. Technically, I'm not going to have to decide for, like, the next 9 hours while they finish up here in Syria. But I do need to have a good, clear picture of my plan, right? Because this is pretty much the focus from all my armies. My industry is doing alright, but it's definitely sort of pressured in towards a late game style, I would say. I'm going to sell some goods since I have a bunch to sell. Get my money supply back up. So it all depends a little bit. It's how fast is the United States really going to push things. I'm surprised. Getting to Lisbon by day 4 is no slouch. He's no slouch. He's moving. He's about to clear out all of this. So both of these are kind of good options. I do not really want to do both because it's important to me that if I do one of these options, either take the southern desert route or going through Bulgaria and the, you know, kind of the Serbian, Yugoslavian area. There's a name for this region that I'm forgetting at the moment. It's slipping my mind. But I want this or this to be a buffer. I don't want to start moving down into both of them at the same time. For one thing, it's going to take forever. And I think it's useful having AI nations be, like, part of the front. One of the things, by the way, that's helpful in the southern if I go the southern route, is how close everything actually, how close my armies actually are. They're already down here, you know? So it does mean that I get to save a day, because I'm just able to start moving into Egypt immediately, rather than have to wait an entire day, which is what I would have to do otherwise. I really don't know. Part of the reason is my economy is really suffering. My economy is pretty bad right now. It is suffering a lot because of how much focus I'm putting on the industry. That is going to pay dividends in the long run. But I'm concerned, given the speed the United States is operating on, that I'm going to be like a little bit too slow. That's my concern. I have, what, 60 points? Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. And then this will be 7. I mean, I've still got 9 hours to think about it, is the thing. But I'm literally running out of money to actually do anything. Oh, except I can build... What am I saying? This is why I built barracks. I'm going to get infantry going at all 3 of these barracks. I think I can afford it. Can I? Yes, I can. Barely, but I can. Yeah, my unit price for this is not almost nothing. I'm just spending all of this on industries. That's why it's so low. But once these industries go up to level 5, they will really be ticking. I mean, they will really be doing some work. This is also making me more money, by the way. I'm pretty sure this applies, the bonus for industry applies to money as well. Yeah, I'm just concerned it's going to take too long. Let me see kind of the casualty figures for how this is going. Switzerland and Italy kind of even. Okay. Sweden's letting Norway get away from him. Luxembourg and UK are even. These are the kind of casualty figures you see by a guy who's actually kind of knows what he's doing. Bunch of people just leaving, basically. Okay, this changes things a little bit. So what did I just read? What did I just notice here? The 2nd Infantry Regiment, Portugal, M2, has been destroyed. Lisbon. That means that in Lisbon, one of these troops was destroyed. The 24th Anti-Air Division Unit has captured the capital of Portugal, Lisbon. The division name will almost always have the most powerful unit on it, right? That's what it's named. 24th Anti-Air Division. What that means to me is that the only thing that took it was like 1 anti-air unit, maybe 2. Which he basically sent to race over there in order to take Lisbon. Because it's a core province and because he gets raw materials out of it. The 12% military power thing is worrisome for sure. I'm hoping that's balanced out by the fact that my industry will be better. We'll see if it is. I would end up saying, though, that that's both a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing in the sense that maybe he doesn't actually have significant forces landing on Lisbon yet. So maybe it'll still be, his development will be slower than I was thinking. Or it won't be the worst case scenario for his development. That could be. However, that also means, in my mind, that he's very, very good. And he's doing exactly what the United States should be doing right away. Which is he's not wasting any time. He's setting up a base over here as quickly as humanly possible. I'm going to look up this guy again. I want to take a look at this guy. Level 58, level 59. Let's see what his service record is. That's definitely not fantastic. But it's not terrible either. I would say this guy's no slouch. Let me look up economic statistics. Okay, this guy does not build bunkers. Not really. Yeah, this guy doesn't build bunkers. He does not build industries. Okay. Okay. That's good to know. If he does not build industries, that means I can outrage him. By the way, if you ever play Call of War and you're not looking up these statistics about your opponents, then what on earth are you doing? Get on it. Take a look at these. They are so, so, so useful. What is this screaming to me right now? What is it screaming out to me? Okay, 1. Does not build that many he does not build that many industries. He does not build many bunkers. He builds a decent bit of aircraft factories, but not significantly higher than naval bases. Okay, the airships cancel it out. Okay, okay. 23 infrastructures, 220 tank plants, 23 propaganda offices, 62 recruiting stations. $62 local industries? Is this guy a psychopath? What on earth? 86 secret labs, 26 fortifications. Okay. He built 62 local industries? Really? Really? Okay, what this is telling me is this guy plays a lot of early game. That's how many barracks he's built. He plays a lot of mid game, and he gets up to mid game and he wins. He either wins or he bails. This guy does not play a lot of late game. That's evidenced by the extremely low number of industries in my mind. This is a very low number of industries in my opinion. Now, I don't know enough about the statistics of this. He might just be upgrading them. That's possible. In which case, you wouldn't build a lot of industries. So I'd be curious to know if he's just upgrading his units. But it does seem to me that he's pretty infantry focused. Doesn't build a lot of fortifications. Yeah, I'll have to look more into that. AI statistics, and then we'll look up some PvP statistics. Infantry ratio 0.39. That means his infantry, he loses more units than he takes. Motorized infantry, mechanized infantry. These all kind of suck, actually. His tank score is bad. I mean, all his PvP scores are pretty bad, except of course for the planes. If your score here is bad for planes, then you have no idea how to play the game. Honestly, this should be even higher. Casualties 11. So this is just what he's taken in PvP losses. Here's what I'm most interested in. Casualties 13, defeated 17. Because I want to know, does this guy... He doesn't build rockets. Okay. I'm getting a feel for this guy. He doesn't use paratroopers. Yeah, I'm getting a good feel for him. He doesn't play artillery, by the way. That's one big thing here. I don't even really see an artillery, like... Yeah, he does not play artillery. Oh, okay, maybe he does play artillery a bit. Not a lot, though. Alright. One coalition victory. By the way, before I end today's stream... but yeah, before I end today's stream, I'll show you mine, my service record. Let me check something really quick. Okay. Look at this. Look at how beautiful this is. Yeah, these are some real numbers right here. 3.2 kill ratio. 3.63 capture ratio. Yes. Games joined 15. 2 solo victories, 4 coalition victories. And 2 of these were just throwaway games that I didn't even, like, mean to join. Economic statistics. Yeah, here we go. 229 industries. That's more like it. That's what I'm talking about. 115 aircraft factories. Yeah, I don't play naval as much. I'm hoping to have a good naval game this time. Alright. Yep, so that is... Oh, so I better decide my actual strategy before I'm done. I think it's going to take too long to get my troops back up here. I don't want to... There's a lot of amazing fertile ground to actually, like, go in here. But since I don't see anyone pressuring this area at all, I kind of feel like it's going to hang around for a little bit. And once my industries are done, then maybe I can start building up troops to actually, like, move into Greece. And then we can have a little axis here, like, along this vertical line. I think these units can probably take Egypt. It's not going to be super easy, and I'll lose some pieces to it. But I think by that time, I mean, I should have level 5 industries here and here. I should have level 5 I'll have level 4 for level 3 industry here. By that point, my economy will be really humming. The only question that I'll have at that point is how fast is the United States advancing? That's the big one. So, yep, that's my plan. That's the strategy. That's what I'm doing. I'm going the southern route. As soon as these troops take this area, probably tomorrow morning, I'll start swinging this guy, the 18th Armored, down here and into Saudi Arabia to finish this off. I'm going to let this troop, the 6th Armored, probably sit here and just, like, recover. Hopefully get a little bit of health back. And I'll try to leave it there for a full 24 hours. Just try to get it some health back while the 18th Armored is taking Saudi Arabia. And then start pressuring in on here. I would kind of like to leave those subs in place, but I can't really afford to send any scouts. I guess what is the likeliest spot for them to actually leave? Alright, I guess I'll move these guys out. If the Soviet Union were to suddenly, like, awaken and decide to send all its troops down to attack me, then I'm pretty much screwed anyway. So I'm going to send this submarine unit down here into the Nile Channel in order to just kind of hang out and see what we can see, so that when I eventually have to cross over my units, I won't be, like, suddenly surprised by anything. But alright, yep, that's it. We're going for plan south. We're going to take Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Libya, Tunisia. We're just going to start pressing west and see how far we can get before we start encountering pressure from this guy. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you have an excellent, excellent day.